Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. I'm Norhanishah Mohamad Yunus from School of Distance Education, Universiti Sains Malaysia. Okay, for today, I would like to share my research finding is related to the technology and knowledge spillover effect of foreign direct investment on labor productivity. Okay, evident from medium-high industry in Malaysia. This is our overview of research. Okay, we would like to investigate, as I mentioned just now, both technology and knowledge effect of FDI. But here we try to fill the gaps of study by exploring by major investor countries on labor productivity for medium-high manufacturing industries classifications in Malaysia during the period of 2000 until 2018. Okay, for introduction, okay, as we know, Malaysia has recognized that the process of skill upgrading and development of technology capacity can be integrated with foreign direct investment because FDI spillover effect encompass both technology and knowledge. Okay, actually in Malaysia, what the problem we facing now because we have the problem of shortage of necessary skills and knowledge to be productive in the fast changing and increasingly competitive labor market despite investment in human capital and R&D always increase, but the number of skills as well as the quality of workforce is become our main problem. Okay, a plethora of studies also reveals that the importance of new knowledge transfer from MNCs, multinational companies, in encouraging higher labor productivity and sustainable competitive advantages. Okay, why we focus this study on both knowledge and technology spillover effect on labor productivity function in Malaysia. Okay, because Malaysia is one of the major foreign direct investment recipients in Southeast Asia. Okay, but less attention is given to low productivity issues despite the presence of FDI, especially in developing country context, okay, like Malaysia. Okay, the current data show us the labor productivity in the electric and electronic industry in Malaysia declined by negative 9.75% between 2015 and 2016 and continued declining by negative 7.67% between 2018 and 2017. Even though the trend of FDI, here we measured the trend of FDI by approved investment project in E&E industry increased by 2.68% between 2016 and 2017. So, the declining pattern thus raises the questions of the real benefit produced by technology spillovers that Malaysia is able to reap from the presence of FDI. As we know, E&E sector has a tremendous growth and it also dominated by leading MNCs with a few linkages to local firms. Okay, consolidating this fact, okay, this study draws attention to take closer look to investigate the existent both technology and knowledge effect of FDI on labor productivity, particularly in the medium-high technology industry, because to answer the unresolved issues of whether FDI spillover effect are only concentrated in the low technology industry rather than its high and medium counterparts. This is because the previous study shows that the workers' activities in the MNCs remain focused on the assembly and test stages, which is the lower value-added part of the industry since the 1990s. Okay, to study the issue of both spillover effect of knowledge and technology on labor productive function. Okay, this study based on the evolutionary theory that's outlined 4 ways in which FDI spill over either technology or knowledge into local firm. Okay, there are 4 ways, which are through the training effect, demonstration imitation effects, competition effect, and linkage effect. To estimate the labor productivity functions, okay, this study follow the model specifications by Liu et al. To estimate the existence of both knowledge and technology spillover effect of FDI. This is our empirical model. Okay, labor productive function is our dependent variable, and then we measure technology is the foreign capital as a proxy technology effect, and then to measure the knowledge effect, we use number of local workers in the MSCs. Okay, this is our data and scope of study. Okay, the main data source in this study came from Department of Statistics Malaysia and MIDA based on manufacturing survey of industry between 2000 and 2018. We use the panel data analysis and we focus on medium-high industry, okay, which are consist of electronic and electrical, E&E, chemical, machinery and equipment, and transport equipment. So this study also tried to fill the gaps by assessing FDI spillovers from major investor countries in Malaysia. Okay, we choose countries from Japan, China, Singapore, Taiwan, and the United States. Okay, this is the analysis, okay, we use in this study. Okay, we employ seemingly unrelated regressions. So, as estimator for labor productivity in the medium-high technology industry. But, however, to highlight here that before the outcome of SUR, seemingly unrelated regression estimation, okay, the most important point to highlight is the validity of the use of SUR applications. So this can be done via the test of contemporaneous correlation if each equation is estimated by using OLS. So as can be seen in table 1 here, this is model OLS. Okay, we measure the validity of SUR, okay, by looking at the Bruch and Pagan LM test, okay, in column 1. So, based on this result, we confirm that there is a presence of contemporaneous correlation, and hence we can say that to validate the use of SUR approach. Okay, this is the important point to highlight. This is the result that we get from seemingly unrelated regression estimators. Okay, now we focus on model SUR. So I would like to begin labor productivity analysis by looking on technology and knowledge. This is the technology spillover effect by investor countries. We have 5 countries here. Okay, the data, the result in table 1, okay, column 2 show that the coefficient value of technology by Japan, okay, by Japanese, American, and Singaporean, okay, were significant in influencing labor productivity, but we can see here we get a negative sign while positive sign only for knowledge effect. Okay, this is a negative correlation between technology spillover effect and labor productive function from Japan, Singapore and United States. Why we get the negative? Okay, we can say that the negative correlationship is closely related to the local workers' ability to imitate and adopt high skill-based technology from MNCs. The stagnancy in technology transfer can be attributed to the lack of highly skilled and well-trained local human resources, which is turn adversely affect our labor productivity. Okay, even though the negative sign, however, too small as the coefficient was less than 0.1% here. Only 0.03, okay, is less than 10%. Okay, 10%. So now we turn to analyze the result of spillover effect of knowledge. Okay, we also have spillover effect from the same countries. Okay, this table also show that Singaporean and American MNCs, okay, here show a similar pattern to that of Japanese MNCs. Okay, all investor countries spillover benefited to local workers' skill upgrading, which was then translated into higher productivity in the medium-high industry. Okay, the data showed that even though the presence of both Singaporean and American MNCs increased, okay, our labor productivity also just increased by 1.2%, okay, from Singapore, and 1.6%. Labor productivity increased by 1.2, okay, and 1.6. Okay, this pattern showed that there is a slightly increase, and then still testify to the existence of improved skill and capacity of workers to assimilate the skill learned from these MNCs. Okay, the important finding to highlight here is both Taiwan foreign investor from Taiwan and China not significant contribute to increase our labor productivity either from technology or knowledge spillover effect. Okay, this result may be due to the Malaysia's manufacturing sector suffering from negative backward and forward spillover effect brought about by China's investment. Okay, this is can be our main reason from this result. And then lastly, I would like to discuss about control variables. Okay, this is our control variables. We use a level of educational attainment. Okay, degree, diploma, MCE, middle certificate education / vocational, and then we use training cost, R&D expenditure, firm size, domestic investment, and ICT investment. Okay, what we can conclude, okay, that the influence of training, R&D investment, okay, employee with diploma and degree holders, ICT investment, and firm size significantly influence labor productivity. However, direct domestic investment, okay, invested by local investor, and R&D expenditure, okay, show negative impact on labor productivity in the medium-high industries. Okay, the negative effect can be related with the crowding out effect. maybe occurred when the increased amount of R&D investment and direct domestic investment drive away the inflows of FDI. Okay, this is the key finding as I discussed, explained just now. Okay, for conclusion, okay, in examining whether technology and knowledge spillover effect increase the local workers' labour productivity, okay, we can conclude that the differences in the amount of knowledge transfer between investor countries depends on the extent of technology transfer practices traded by foreign companies in local firms. So this will ultimately affect our labour productivity. So based on the main investor countries reveals that local workers were most able to assimilate and absorb higher knowledge from Japanese firms, followed by American and Singaporean firms in the medium-high industry. Okay, for recommendation from this study, we recognizing that improvement in labor productivity are important to ensure that manufacturers remain competitive in line with Industry 4.0 requirements. Okay, this study concludes that the technology and knowledge from FDI spillover can potentially increase labor productivity. But the important point to highlight here is the successful of transferring knowledge and technology highly depends on the employees' absorption capacities. Okay, so that to increase the capacity of absorption, this study, okay, we suggest that employers should provide monetary incentive or personal rewards to employees who can successfully transfer their FDI knowledge and technology through the demonstrations and competitive effects to other employees. Okay, the present study also suggests that the educations and training should be complementary to the technology chain to solve for the available skills that is no longer required by firms, as well as the shortfall in the skill available for workers. This is the selected references used in this research. Okay, thank you, and I wish you all the very best for your presentation. Okay, all right, thank you.